discussing the problems here. The problem will be the problem third one is show that a simple graph of a order n equal to 4 and the size m equal to 7 and a complete graph of a order n equal to 4 and the size m equal to 5 do not exist. We have to show that there is no simple graph of a order n equal to 4 and the size m equal to 7. Similarly, there is no complete graph of a order n equal to 4 and the size m equal to 5 do not exist. So here, for the simple graph and the complete graph, there is some conditions that we have already discussed in the previous class in the example 1 and 2. For the simple graph, the number of edges will be less than or equal to 1 by 2 into n minus 1 for simple graph. For the complete graph, m equal to 1 by 2 into n minus 1, where m in these two, where m is the number of edges and n will be the number of vertices. The same theory will be applied here. For the first one, n is 4. If n is 4, 1 by 2 n into n minus 1 will be 6. But given m is 7 here. So m equal to 7 will exceed 6. If m equal, according to the calculation, we have found it as 6. But the given is 7. 7 is not less than or equal to 6. 7 is not less than or equal to 6. Means m equal to 7 exceeds this number. Therefore, the simple graph of order n equal to 4 and m equal to 7 will does not exist here. Similarly, we go for the complete graph also here. Here see that the complete graph says that number of edges equals to 1 by 2 n into n minus 1. Here also n is 4. If n is 4, our m equal to 6 here. But the given is m equal to 5. But 5 is not equal to 6 here. 5 is not equal to 6. Therefore, a complete graph of order n equal to 4 and the m equal to 5 does not exist here. And next example is how many vertices and how many edges are there in the complete bipartite graph k 4, 7 and k 7, 11. And second question is, if the graph k of r, 12 has a 72 edges, what is the r? Now come to the complete bipartite graph will be generally stated as a k r, s. If it is the complete bipartite graph, in the complete bipartite graph, the number of edges or number of the vertices will be defined like this. The number of vertices is equal to r plus s. And the number of edges is equals to r into s. Now come to here. Come to the solution. The graph k 4, 7 has r and s will be 4 and 7 respectively. Therefore, 4 plus 7 equal to 11 vertices and 4 into 7 equal to 28 edges. And the graph k 7, 11 has 18 vertices and 77 edges. 7 plus 11 is 18. 7 into 11 is 77 edges. And as we come to the second one, k of r, 12 has a 72 edges. K of r, 12 has a 72 edges means r into 12 equal to 72. So therefore r equal to 6. And next come to the next example here. Let G equal to V, E be a simple graph of a order. Cardinality of the V is n and the size of the graph will be m, means cardinality of E equal to m. If G is a bipartite graph, prove that 4m is less than or equal to n square, where m is the number of edges and n is a number of vertices, or simply called order and size here. Suppose V1 and V2 be the bipartites of the graph G. Suppose V1 and V2 be the bipartites of the graph G, then cardinality of V1 means order of V1 is R, order of V2 is S. Since order of V is a n that will be given, that is n should be equal to r plus s, because complete number of vertices of v1 and v2 should be equal to the bipartites of the graph G. So now n equal to r plus s, that indicates r equal to n minus s and s is equal to n minus r. The graph G has a maximum number of edges will be r into s, as according to the bipartite graph meaning. Now if the graph has a maximum rs edges, that indicates the cardinality of E or M should be less than or equal to rs. Maximum is rs, means less than or equal to rs. Now come to when n is even. When number of vertices is even, then rs, now I am moving to the rs is equal to, where s is equal to n minus r. So replace the s here and open the bracket rn minus r square. To this term, add and subtract the n by 2 whole square. Adding and subtracting n by 2 whole square. Now keep this n by 2 whole square as it is. Consider the remaining terms minus r square plus rn minus n by 2 whole square. In these three terms, take the minus sign common and then simplify it. You will get r minus n by 2 whole square. Now evidently rs is a maximum when r is equal to n by 2. rs is maximum when r is equal to n by 2. So the maximum is being, so that if r is equal to n by 2, then your rs is equal to n by 2 whole square, because when r is equal to n by 2 minus n by 2 get cancelled, 0 square becomes 0. So you will get the maximum value n by 2 whole square. Therefore rs is maximum when r equal to n by 2 and the maximum value becomes n by 2 whole square. Thus when n is even, we have m less than or equal to rs is less than or equal to n by 2 whole square. Now come to the when n is odd. When n is odd, rs is equal to r into n minus r. Here this will be written as n minus 1 into n plus 1 divided by 4 minus of r minus n minus 1 by 2 into r minus n plus 1 by 2. This term will be obtained by the simplification here. Just observe the simplification here. When you open the bracket of r1 minus r into n minus r, we will get rn minus r square. You just have to split rn as rn by 2 plus rn by 2. And you have to add and subtract the r by 2 and also add and subtract the n square minus 1 by 4 in the term. And then keep this n square minus 1 by 4 as it is. And in the remaining terms, take the minus sign outside and the terms will be become like this. So, and you have to make the simplification of the terms inside the bracket. You will get a r minus n minus 1 by 2 into r minus n plus 1 by 2. When you make this simplification, you will get this term. That is n minus 1 into n plus 1 divided by 4 minus r minus n minus 1 by 2 into r minus n plus 1 by 2. So that we get the rs is maximum when r is equal to n minus 1 by 2 or r is equal to n plus 1 by 2. You will get the maximum value n minus 1 into n plus 1 divided by 4. Thus m is less than or equal to n minus 1 into n plus 1 divided by 4. That is of the form a plus b into a minus b. That is n square minus 1 divided by 4. So therefore m is less than or equal to n square by 4. That is the 4m is less than or equal to n square. According in both of these possible cases, m is less than or equal to n by 2 whole square here. That is 4m is less than or equal to n square. In the first case also, m is less than or equal to n by 2 whole square. That is nothing but n square by 4. Therefore m is less than or equal to n square by 4. 4m is less than or equal to n square. In both even and odd cases, the maximum number of, we get the relation 4m is less than or equal to n square. Next topic will be vertex degree. So what is the vertex degree? Suppose the G equal to V, E is a graph and V be the vertex of the graph G. Then suppose V is the vertex of the graph G, then the number of edges of G that are incident onto the vertex V, means the number of edges will be, take the number of edges of the G that are incident to the vertex V with the loops counted twice. With the loops counted twice is called the degree of the vertex V, and it is denoted by degree of V or D of V. Here I am giving the clear meaning here. See the graph here. I am just draw the graph here. V1, V2, V3, V4. Suppose this is your graph. See the vertex V1. Now the degree of V1 means number of edges incident to this vertex V1 is 1 vertex, 2, 3. So the degree of V1 is 3. Similarly, for the vertex V2, the number of edges incident to the vertex is 1, 2, 3, 4. So that the degree of V2 is 4. Now come to the V3. And our definition says that with the loops counted twice. If there is a loop, we have to count it 2 times. One is this and another one is this. So that when it is a loop, we have to count 2 times. So that degree of V3 will be 1, 2, 3, 4. When it is loop, we have to count it twice. And the degree of V4 is 1, 2, 3. That is called the degree of the vertex. So that I am repeating it once again. Suppose G equal to V, E be the graph and V be the vertex of a G. Then the number of edges of a G that are incident on a V with the loops counted twice is called the degree of the vertex V. And now the degrees of the vertices of a graph which are arranged in non-decreasing order. Non-decreasing order means in the increasing order. The degrees of the vertices of a graph arranged in non-decreasing order. That means increasing order is called a degree sequence, is called the degree of a sequence. I am giving the clear idea here. Suppose this is your degrees of this graph. If you arranged these degrees in the increasing order means 3, 3, 4, 4. That is called the degree of a sequence. And next one is degree of the graph. Degree of the graph means the minimum of the degree of the vertices of a graph. The minimum value of the degree of the vertices, that is 3 according to this graph, is called the degree of the graph. The minimum of the degree of vertices of a graph is called the degree of the graph. So according to this example, degree of this graph will be 3. And once again it is clear that loop will be counted twice here, and the degree of the graph will be minimum value of the degree of a vertices of the graph. So next one is isolated vertex. Isolated vertex means a vertex in a graph which is which is not an end vertex, which is not an end vertex of any edge of a graph G. Any edge of a graph is called an isolated vertex. Is called an isolated vertex. That means suppose E is your edge. Suppose E is your edge. Suppose it joins the vertices V1 and V2. Then V1 and V2 are called the end vertices. That is, they say that a vertex which is not an end vertex of any edge of the graph will be called isolated vertex. That means a isolated vertex, a vertex is said to be isolated under the condition if the degree of vertex is 0. Degree of vertex is 0. Then it is called a isolated vertex. Here I am draw the one graph here. V1, V2, V3, V4, V5, V6, V7. And the edges will be E1, E2, E3, E4, E5. So the total number of edges will be 7 and total number of vertices will be 7 and edges will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See here, a vertex of a degree 1. A vertex of a degree 1 is called pendant vertex. Pendant vertex. An edge which is incident onto this vertex. An edge incident on a pendant vertex is called a pendant edge. An edge incident on a pendant vertex. An edge incident on a pendant vertex is called pendant edge. Pendant edge. So in this above graph, V5 and V7 are called the pendant vertices, and the edges E4 and E5 are called the pendant edges. And also V4 and V6 are called the isolated vertices. V4 and V6 are isolated vertexes. V7 and V5 are the pendant vertex. And also E4 and E5 are the pendant edges. And there is one thing is clear that we know a null graph which does not have a edges here. If there is no edges in the null graph, then every vertex of the null graph will be isolated vertex. So therefore, degree of a vertex means number of edges incident onto a vertex is called the degree of the vertex, and the degrees, all the degrees of the vertices of the graph will be arranged in a increasing order is called the degree of the sequence, and the minimum value of the degrees of the vertices of a graph will be called the degree of the graph. And isolated vertex means a vertex in a graph which does not an end vertex of any edge of the graph is called the isolated vertex. In generally, we also say that a vertex is said to be isolated if and only if the degree of the vertex is 0. And a vertex is said to be a pendant vertex if the degree of that vertex is 1. Here see this, degree of this vertex is only a 1. And here also the degree of this vertex is also 1, means there is only a one edge into the vertices V7 and V5. Therefore, these two vertices are called the pendant vertices, and the edges to these vertices, those are E4 and E5, are called the pendant edges. In this graph, V6 and V4 have a degree 0. Therefore, V4 and V6 are called the isolated vertex.